Hatuwezi kufanya guesswork. Hatuwezi kuimba mambo ambayo haina mpango. We must have a plan, it must be deliberate and it must be practical. Sijui kama tunaelewana. Muko tayari tupangane huko?
Debt is turning out to be the monster bedeviling African countries. Their repayment is another burden that has seen many restructuring their ceiling to try to meet their needs. The approved Tanzanian shillings 4.4 trillion is 7.07% more than the 41.48 trillion budget that the Tanzanian parliament approved for the financial year of 2022-23. In the neighboring Uganda, the budget for FY 2023-24 has been projected at 52.74 trillion Uganda shillings, an increase of 4.606 trillion shillings from the previous financial year, which was 48.134 trillion shillings. During the budget, President Museveni spoke about Uganda not venturing into debts, same echoed among many African countries who aim to combat debt problem and be independent. President Museveni went further to compare Africa and the South Korea economy.
And I think in the other speech which I gave on State of the Nation, I quoted the example of South Korea, and I was able to quote for you the economy of South Korea in 1961. I hope you can compare it with Uganda of 1961. I think that time in the other speech I said the economy of South Korea was two something billion. It is now almost 2 trillion. Imagine the little South Korea has got a GDP half of the whole GDP of Africa. Of Africa, Tibaswara. South Korea is half size of Uganda. But they now have a GDP which is, I think, almost 2 trillion. And you hear that, I hear all these people quoting when they go to meetings. African GDP is now 3-something trillion. I really feel embarrassed. Why can't these people keep quiet? How can the whole of Africa have economy smaller than Japan? Because Japan has got something like 5 trillion. Now here you are talking about the GDP of Africa being 3 trillion and you talk about it. You are not even embarrassed. Me, I'm embarrassed to talk like that.
Tanzania is known for minerals like gold, diamond, ruby, silver, among others, while Kenya is recognized for minerals like copper, graphite, manganese, titanium, among others, indicating Africa is enriched with potential to stabilize economically. President William Ruto, who had the task of defending the budget after promising to lower the cost of living and uplift ordinary Kenyan, in his defense on the high budget to the hustlers, involves creating digital employment through the ICT hub in every ward, agro-processing value addition, housing, among others.
So, katika hii budget nimeipanga vizuri. Kwanza, kazi yangu ya kwanza, niliwaahidi wa Kenya wa kawaida, niliwaahidi mahasla wa Kenya, ya kwamba safari hii mahali ardhi iko.
Is it the debt or the hiked products that seem to be a major bone of contention in Africa countries? And who is to blame? Or do we conclude by saying, soft-minded man always fears change or lives in morbid fear of the new? In summary, should we conclude that the greatest pain is the pain of insight in embracing new ideas, or is it timely to use the legend words, "Arise, Africa"? Jennifer Macau, GBS News.